You're going to do the countdown. Good evening, Folklorama family. I'm Teresa Cotroneo, and I am proud to be the Executive Director of Folklorama. Welcome to the 2022 Youth Ambassadors General Competition. Folklorama gratefully acknowledges that we create, connect, and celebrate on Treaty 1 territory, original land of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Dene, and Dakota peoples, and homeland of the Métis Nation. We are committed to building relationships and sharing knowledge and cultural understanding of all communities. Understanding our diversity fosters pride and mutual respect. Tonight is special. It's the first time in our history that we've opened the Ambassadors General Competition up to not only past Pavilion ambassadors, but to any volunteer who has worked with a Folklorama Pavilion for 5 consecutive years. The Youth Ambassadors General will represent the organization not only during the 2-week festival, which will take place July 31st to August 13th, 2022, but they will also become the faces of Folklorama, representing our organization at public events and in the media, from the time they are selected up until the conclusion of the festival. Thank you to Cambrian Credit Union, who is the presenting sponsor of our Ambassadors and Ambassadors General program. Throughout the night, you will see everything happen here live. After each finalist gives their speech, you will see some behind-the-scenes chats from those involved, as well as some past Ambassadors General that are here tonight. So let's get things started. I'd like to introduce you to our host for the evening, the former Youth Ambassador to the United Kingdom Pavilion and current Youth Council member, McKinley Hall. McKinley, over to you.
Thank you, Teresa. I am very excited to share this experience with all of you. First of all, before we get started, I would like to just let you know that if you have any technical issues during the viewing, please contact our office line at 204-982-6210. The selection jury tonight consists of many different backgrounds in the Folklorama family and outside of it as well. Our youth selection jury members are past president Jeff Lieberman, 2021 Adult Ambassador General Kelvin Loy, Director of Human Resources Canadians Lisa Gerwinski, and Folklorama member Rosie Infantino. Thank you all for being here tonight. Now I would like to explain how the process will work this evening and how the scores will be calculated. There are 2 phases to the competition. In the first phase, participants go through an interview process with the selection jury at the Folklorama Operations Office. This part is worth 70% of their final score. The first round interviews were held 1 month ago via Zoom here at the Folklorama Operations Headquarters with the selection jury. From what I hear, it was a fantastic evening. The second phase happens tonight, where 3 finalists from each category, youth and adult, test their public speaking skills. And this is what makes up the remaining 30% of the score. The selection jury are asked to assess the competitors based on how well they share information about their own culture, Folklorama, and multiculturalism. The enthusiasm, sincerity, and confidence displayed when sharing their information are also key factors. Now, each finalist is waiting in a soundproof room. One by one, they will join me here, and I will ask them the question they've been given. Each finalist will have 2 minutes to answer the question, and our moderator will ensure that they know when their time is up. Our selection jury will do what they do best, and at the end of the night, we will announce the 2022 Youth Ambassador General. I'm very excited to get this underway, and I see our first youth finalist is ready to go. Please welcome youth finalist number 1. Oh, wonderful, thank you. Our youth finalist number 1 is Sudan Park, and she is from the Pearl of the Orient Philippines Pavilion. Sudan is a 17-year-old high school student of both Filipino and Jamaican descent who is currently in her graduating year at Gordon Bell High School. Sudan has an intense love of dance, and since a young age of 7 has performed at the Folklorama's Pearl of the Orient Philippines Pavilion. Outside of Folklorama, she dances with their school's dance team, as well as with the dance crew Live Army. Sudan also shares her passion for dance by mentoring and teaching new and younger dancers at her school. After graduation, Sudan plans to pursue higher education in the field of computer science with the hope of joining the tech scene and becoming a software engineer. Are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Wonderful. Here we go. This summer will mark the first in-person festival Folklorama has held in 2 years. Should you become an Ambassador General, what are you looking forward to the most? Good luck.
Thank you. So, our situation over the past 2 years has not been the most ideal. With the worldwide pandemic coming into our lives unannounced, like many things, it changed the way that we carry out our daily lives. From wearing masks to constantly sanitizing, and to what affected many people, including myself, quarantining. In those times, all we could do is sit on our homes and think to ourselves. And in that time, we realized all the things we took for granted and started longing to experience the simple things again. I know, for one, that I definitely took a lot of things for granted. One of those being just seeing people. Being introverted and not a super social person, I never would have thought I would say this, but I'm really excited to see people. Knowing that Folklorama is finally coming back with an in-person festival makes me so happy. Just hearing the words in person puts a smile on my face. To have a conversation with someone face to face without Zoom. To watch a performance with the music live and to see the performers right in front of you. To have the smell of food freshly cooked and not come out of a delivery guy's bag. All these things, they don't seem like much, but I genuinely look forward to experiencing these things. I think that after all this time isolated from the world, I've learned that it's the little things that bring you joy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate you being here tonight. While we wait for youth finalist number 2, here's a Folklorama fun fact. Did you know that the Folklorama's Youth Ambassador General role started in 1992 with Jason Epp and Elaine Halibas being the first to hold the title? It's great that this tradition can continue to this day, even with this new online world. And it looks like we are ready for the second youth finalist. Hello, thank you.
Hi.
Please, what is it? Yeah.
Okay.
Our youth finalist number 2 is Agnes Fournier, thank you. And she's from the Scandinavian Pavilion. Agnes's love of Folklorama began when she was only 2 years old, when she started dancing in the aisles at the Scandinavian Pavilion. From that point on, she became a member of the Scandia Youth Dancers, with her first onstage performance at the age of 4. Now 14 years old, Agnes is a student at École Secondaire Kelvin and is a French tutor for younger children twice a week. Outside of Folklorama, Agnes enjoys theater and has even performed at the Winnipeg Fringe Festival. When not on stage, Agnes can be found reading, listening to music, doing artwork, or baking traditional Icelandic desserts with her Oma. Are you ready for your question?
Yeah.
Wonderful, here we go. This summer will mark the first in-person Folklorama Festival as held in 2 years. Should you become an Ambassador General, what are you looking forward to the most?
So the first Folklorama I participated in, I was 4 years old. I had already become close friends with one of the other girls who was performing for the first time too. We're still friends to this day, keeping up with each other through dance. So as we would wait backstage, our mothers would always joke about us becoming youth ambassadors together. But unfortunately, she could not submit her application in time to be here tonight, but here I am, and I couldn't be more excited. So all my life I've enjoyed performing, whether it be for Folklorama, theater productions, or presentations through school. One of my favorite parts of participating in any of these has always been the people and the collaboration that goes into them. When I look back on these experiences, I think of the inside jokes and the fun we had, but I also think of the people I met and the things I learned that I wouldn't have been able to otherwise. Should I become a Youth Ambassador General, I would look forward to many things. Learning about the cultures and cultural traditions that make up our city, helping to educate others about the missions and values of Folklorama, sharing my enthusiasm for folklore and folk traditions from all around the world. But most of all, I would look forward to the people I would meet and the memories I would make. Thank you.
Thank you. While we wait for our selection jury to put the scores in, and as we wait for youth finalist number 3, I just wanted to mention that if you are interested in volunteering with Team Folklorama, brought to you by Manitoba Hydro, please contact Katie Green and her email kgreen@folklorama.ca. Team Folklorama is a lot of fun. I've been involved with it for the past 2 years, and recently we volunteered at Codes for Kids, and we've also been a part of the Pride Parade and have assisted at special events throughout the province and the city. And I encourage you to join us. Thank you. So I believe we are ready for youth finalist number 3.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. Thank you.
All right. You see it?
Yes.
All right.
Very perfect.
Okay.
Our youth finalist number 3
Yes.
is Nicholas Tumeo from the Pearl of the Orient Philippines Pavilion. Nicholas is a first-year student at the University of Manitoba who is currently studying to apply for the Asper School of Business. His involvement with Folklorama and the Pearl of the Orient Philippine Pavilion began even before he was born, as his mother was a dancer for the Margaret Philippines Incorporated, while he was still in her belly. Volunteering with Folklorama has helped Nicholas gain a deep appreciation of Filipino culture, and he firmly believes in the preservation of cultures around the world. Outside of Folklorama, Nicholas is a flight sergeant for the 176 Boeing of Canada Royal Air Cadet Squadron and also volunteers with his parish. One of his life goals is to go on a mission trip to help build infrastructure in other countries that are in need. Are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Wonderful. This summer will mark the first in-person festival Folklorama has held in 2 years. Should you become an Ambassador General, what are you looking forward to the most? Good luck.
Hi. Hello. As we know, Folklorama hasn't been operating in person for these last 2 years now. I'm sure this has been a big loss for everyone. This is such an important part of Winnipeg's culture, and people put a lot of value into it. For me, its biggest impact was not being able to go to practice or interact with people I knew because of Folklorama. However, we don't have to worry about that anymore because, well, Folklorama is back, and I'm sure there are many people who are excited to see its return. Now that Folklorama is back, I'm looking forward to doing all sorts of things like going to pavilions, talking to people I know who participate in Folklorama, trying food, watching shows, all sorts of things. However, should I become Ambassador General, there's a bunch of things that I look forward to that relate to that role. Right off the bat, I'll say that getting the VIP treatment is something that I really look forward to. You know, sitting at the good seats, getting all the special treatment, all those perks that you get when you're Ambassador General. But beyond that, and more importantly as well, getting to what I look forward to the most, to my knowledge, most of the job of Ambassador General has to do with representation and networking. Because of this, I would expect to look forward to opportunities such as going to events, possibly being a part of running events, being on the youth council, and especially learning about communities of people from people within those communities. I also assume that speaking to the press would be a pretty big role that you have to play there, so I look forward to that as well because I think that these opportunities are really interesting, and yeah, that's what I look forward to the most when if I became Ambassador General. Thank you.
Thank you very much. While we wait for youth finalists 3 to be escorted to their soundproof room, Sahil Verna from our Finance and Audit Committee will oversee the tabulation of scores. Thank you to Sahil for volunteering tonight. While this occurs, I'm going to bring in a special guest to chat with. My first guest is someone helping behind the scenes tonight who you may have seen before. Donovan Martin, the 2021 Youth Ambassador General program presented by Cambrian Credit Union. Hello, Donovan. How are you doing tonight?
Great. Glad to be here.
So, Donovan, you know firsthand what the finalists are feeling tonight and what they're going through. Bring us back to that night for you. Do you remember any of it? It was 2 years ago. And granted, so just let us know what you remember from it.
I mean, yeah, I won't not lie. I was a little bit nervous, of course. But when I got to be on that, first hearing my name being called was just a fantastic experience. And even looking out in front of a crowd, it's a warm feeling, actually. Yeah.
For sure. Awesome. So I know that you and the other Ambassador Generals from that year didn't get to experience a typical Folkrama festival, unfortunately. But what were your favorite moments from your pandemic reign?
Yeah, I love being a part of the Folkorama family and being able to meet all those past ambassador generals such as yourself. It's just a fantastic experience. And further, there's so many opportunities where I still get to be in front of a crowd by filming up on my phone, or there's still volunteer opportunities I'm able to go to. So even though it was a lot of virtual and pandemic-esque things, it was still fantastic.
Yeah, there's still a lot of ways to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And with all of this public speaking and memories for Folkramas, what are your plans for the future?
Well, I want to pursue environmental sciences, and I recognize they may seem a little bit diametrically opposed, science and these cultural activities, but no, there's still numerous opportunities in which environmental scientists will need to speak in front of crowds and try to get them behind an idea, and further looking for local solutions between communities and different cultures, and having that experience of Folklorama and being able to engage with different cultures will certainly help me along the way.
Wonderful. Well, we wish you best of luck. Thank you, Donovan, for not only volunteering here tonight, but for your incredible time as a Youth Ambassador General. You truly did an incredible job, and everyone at Folkrama thanks you.
Well, thank you for having me.
And a special shout out to our other 2021 Youth Ambassador General, Vivian. She wanted to be here tonight. However, she is in London, Ontario, attending university, and we wish her all the best. I see our auditors are still tabulating their scores. So we will welcome Christian Haldo Meza, Director, Ethno Arts here at Folklorama. Welcome, Christian. How's it going?
Not bad. How are you?
Doing well. I thought since we have some time here, why don't you give the folks watching at home a little update on the Ethnocultural Arts Division here at Folklorama?
Sure, absolutely. Well, the Ethnocultural Arts Division is it's really bringing those elements of the festival to the community at large all year round.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what we do is primarily entertainment, but we're focusing on other forms of expression that we can bring to schools, such as craft people, people showing the culinary demonstrations and hands-on. And we've been very busy summer and fall with a lot of programming. And now that we're in the winter season, we're focusing on a little bit more at work with some Christmas parties coming up this season. So we're certainly hoping that 2022 will be a year that will flourish and will have a lot of presence in the community.
Awesome. And now that we are back, in schools and universities and anniversaries and birthdays and stuff, if people are looking to book any of these programs, who should they contact?
Well, very simple. You just go to your email and bookings at folkrama.ca.
Awesome.
Or just phone the front desk at 204-982-6210, and we will help you.
Awesome. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much, Kristen. Thank you for chatting with us. I understand that we are now ready for the results. If we are.
30 seconds.
So we're okay. I'm being told we're still given a few time. Just kind of to add to what Christian was saying, I've been a part and been able to have the pleasure to be at different events. I've also, when I performed, back when I was a dancer, I would perform at schools and anniversaries and birthdays, with the Folk Armor Ethno Arts division, and it was always a great time. So if you are ever interested, if you ever want to get some live, if you want to feel that Folklorama, the energy of Folklorama 365 days a year, I truly recommend that you book, call. It's very easy to send an email and book a performance or arts or workshop or whatever. And I see we still have a little bit of time, so I thought I'd just share a little bit of my experience with Team Folklorama. My experience started when I was a youth ambassador. I was 14 at the United Kingdom Pavilion. I was ambassador for 3 years, and with there it was incredible to not only be able to represent my pavilion and my culture, but also to learn and understand other people, to be able to understand other people's stories, because that's what I truly believe Folklorama is about, the sharing of stories and coming together and being able to learn all about this. So that's what I love about Team Folklorama and Folklorama as a whole. I believe we are almost ready to go here with the results. I'm just waiting for the
envelope?
to get my envelope.
Looking for an envelope. 1 second.
We're just looking for an envelope. It wouldn't be live if there wasn't some. With the past 2 years, it wouldn't feel like a virtual experience if there wasn't a little hiccup or two. I'll go wonderful. Thank you. And awesome. Before I read the results, I would just like to take a moment and thank Cambrian Credit Union for sponsoring the Ambassador General's program. I want to congratulate the 3 finalists. Whatever happens after I read these results, I know that you were chosen from finalists for many entries, and you should be proud of yourself and what you have accomplished. And we are all so proud of you. And the 2022 Youth Ambassador Generals are Sudan and Nicholas. Everyone, please put your hands together and join me in congratulating the other finalists here tonight for doing so well in the competition. You did an excellent job and have made your pavilion proud. Would either of you like to say a few words?
I'll see you guys at the festival.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. We will be back here tonight at 7:30 live for the adult portion of the Ambassador General competition. So make sure you come on back and join us then. Thank you.